week one is for overreactions. We've been without football, without real football for the better part of the year, and we are always looking to see new things and to see people say crazy stuff for fun on the internet. So I have, from watching the games and from seeing the stat lines and from also just scrolling through Twitter, I've compiled some things that I consider to be either overreactions or not overreactions, just general reactions from this slate of games this weekend. And I'm going to read some of them out, and I'm going to have you, Elijah, tell me what you think, if you think it's an overreaction, if you think it's justified, or if you think it's an underreaction. It's actually worse than what I'm saying.
Overreaction, justified, and what was that last one?
Underreaction as in like I say something and you're like, no, it's so much worse than that.
All right,
Like if
way
I say a
worse.
team's bad, if I say this team is bad and you're like, oh no, I think they're the worst team in the league, instead of,
Okay, yeah,
yeah,
I like that. All right, I'm gonna treat it like I'm in Gladiator with the
yeah, yeah, yeah.
deciding thumb.
Anyways, so overreaction number one: Kirk Cousins might not finish out the year as the Falcons QB1.
Uh, I'm gonna say that is an overreaction. There's a
Okay.
such thing as money in the NFL, and a little thing called a contract and some guarantees that
Yeah,
really handcuff teams to players. Cough, cough. Deshaun Watson still starting. Um, so I
I
think Kirk
see that
Cousins does
point.
finish it off.
I see that point, and I raise you that they have a QB on a rookie contract. So contract really isn't a problem for them. If they've got this amount of money in the QB room, does it really matter who's starting if you've only got one QB contract in the QB room?
I'll tell you what. If you're indicating like just benching them for the year, valid. If you are saying they should cut him and take his dead cap, I don't think his
No, no,
dead
no, no.
cap is low
They would
enough.
never
Okay.
cut him to. No, no, no.
Okay.
They would never do that. I'm saying, do you think he gets benched at some
Okay.
point in the season? And I'm not saying this was his only game he's touching. They're
Yeah,
going
yeah,
to
yeah.
start him next week. They're probably going to start him for the first four.
Okay.
But
So
they've kind of got some tough
week
games coming
18,
up.
do they have him as
No,
their
no, no, no.
okay.
I'm saying like week 12. I think by week 12, if they're still starting him, they've kind of decided that he's going to be their starter.
I think it's an overreaction. I think he's going to be the starter for the full year. Because it's game one of his first year with the team, and they have a brand new whole system, coaching, everything. So
Okay.
that's where I sit. Overreaction
I was, I think,
on.
I personally, I don't think it's an overreaction. I think that there is a chance if he still looks rough after a few other games that he's very liable to be benched because you don't invest a pick that high in a quarterback that old and not plan to have them start within the next couple of years. I don't think that they plan on keeping Kirk for his whole contract. They have the 2 year out, and I think they will absolutely take it.
I have something to double back to on that, but I want to get
Okay.
through some more of these overreactions before I say anything.
All right. This one I'm confident is an overreaction, but we'll see how you feel about it. Bryce Young is doomed, and the Panthers are in for a sub 4-win season again. I think the second part of that, fair.
Yeah,
But I
second part
think the
was
first
really
part of
leaning
that,
that
slight
fair
overreaction.
part. I think the Bryce Young is doomed is fair. If you think doomed in the
Okay.
short term of like doomed for the season, yeah, I could see
Career.
him
Career over.
career doomed. Overreaction. I don't agree with
Okay.
that. I think that you
Okay.
at least got to get through a year 3 till we can claim, yeah, he's done for the league. He's a Sam Darnold.
See,
Ship him off. But
I see that and I raise you Josh Rosen, but we'll see how that goes.
I'll raise
Because
you.
Josh
It
Rosen
was
was
Josh
1 year
Rosen.
and they said, Kyler Murray, it's you. Yeah, that's fair. All right. All right, next overreaction. The Patriots might just be legit on defense and could win more than 6 games this year.
Don't think that's an overreaction at all. I think that
No?
they can win 6 games. I can't recall. Who do you know, if you do know, what division y'all play outside of y'all's division? Like, what's the other AFC? Because if y'all play like the West, then tough. But I think think y'all like
pull
play
it up
like the
real quick.
South instead of chance.
We play. Oh God, we play the NFC West. And then we
Ooh.
play the South. Yeah.
Okay, so you said over
We also.
6 wins.
Hey, it's close. It's
I'm a.
cutting it.
I'm.
I see.
I
You
have to
think
shift
that's
that.
you think it's okay? They could win 6 games, but you're not pushing it to 8. You don't think there'll
I
be like
yeah.
a chance at a wild card team? No.
I'm not gonna
Okay.
push it much further
There, I
than the
will say.
6 because I was originally like, no, I think they
Okay.
could win way more, based on that defense, and if they continue to kind of have the offense focus on the run like they did.
Yeah. Just
But
play a safe offense.
yeah, but I'm not gonna push it with knowing the opponents you're gonna have to be facing this year. That's tough.
Yeah. I'm not delusional. Our offense sucked, but our offense was gonna suck. And the problem is, the past couple years, the offense has not just sucked, it's sucked and given the ball away. And our defense has been completely locked down, beautiful, one of the best defenses in the league. And if our offense was just any little bit better last year, we probably would have been a playoff team. And I will continue to maintain that. I think I talked about it during the offseason at some point, where the Patriots had so many games that were within one score because their defense is so damn good that if their offense is just any less atrocious than last year, they're a solid team. And I think that is justified to say. They'll have some tough games. I don't think they're going to be a playoff team this year, but
Yeah,
I think
you're
that
building for it. I mean, hey, you
they
didn't
can
bench
hold their
Drake
own
May
against
for
good
no reason,
teams.
right?
Yeah.
You gotta build to it. But we're
Yeah.
hitting that one with a hard fair. So
Okay. Shout out Matt. Bo Nix is not the answer.
I don't
Did you
know.
see the passing chart, or did you?
I sent you the passing chart.
You sent me the passing chart. That's right.
I think that it's an overreaction because I think that's their offense. I honestly do. I think that's just how they. If you look at Russ's passing charts from last year,
Yeah.
Russ
They also
has
just
that
drafted a guy
propensity
that.
to not throw at the middle. So there's that thing. And Bo Nix historically does this. So I think
Yeah.
they're just operating the offense as usual. It just happens to be a bad offense. I don't think it's
It just
a Bo
happened to be
Nix
like
fault.
20 for 50 throwing the
Yeah.
ball. Like, it was just a rough game from him, man. All right. Next up, I've got 4 more.
Nice.
Anthony Richardson could lead the Colts to a playoff spot. I know you're pretty high on AR, so I don't think you're going to
Not
think
an
that's an
overreaction.
overreaction at all. You're
Not at
like,
all.
yeah, I think he's going to be the 1 seed now. MVP season for him. He
Yeah,
completed
come on.
9 passes for 212 yards. It's man.
Kurt, analyze that.
Kurt Benkert with your -1 career passing yards. Analyze that. Analyze 9 for 212, bud.
It's something he's gonna work towards. I don't think they're gonna win a whole stretch of games and then lose a whole stretch of games and be like, yeah, thanks to the great start of the season, they made it into the playoffs. I think it's something that would be coming down to the wire there, but it could happen, and I'm not gonna be saying it can't.
I do think that he is. I mean, before the season, the thing that was going around is Anthony Richardson's only started 17 games from high school to now.
Mm-hmm.
Like he is very inexperienced, and it showed.
Raw. Yep.
He's got every single tool in the book.
Is that where you keep your tools?
Anyways, he's got every single tool in his bag, but he just doesn't have the experience and the experience.
The experience.
He
and the
just
reps
doesn't have
and
it
the
all put together yet.
experience.
He'll get it put together, but he just doesn't have it all yet. And I think that him looking this good for like right now, like that throw to Ashton Doolin over the middle, oh my god. Like that's picked off in Madden every time you try it.
Did you see the overhead cam from the 60
Yes.
yard? That was
Dude,
was
he
a
didn't
beauty.
step into it.
Yeah, he was like,
Flicked it. For the Browns, it's time to look at Jameis Winston, and I mean like yesterday.
I agree with that. That's not an overreaction. They can't afford to not have Deshaun Watson, But man, he's losing you games. Just put in somebody else.
Yeah.
Just, rock with backups
So-
for, the next 4 years or however much is left on his deal. Just let it happen,
I kept seeing some like videos on, is it time to panic on these fantasy football players after week 1? And everybody's saying Amari Cooper, yes, panic. He's not going to get touches in this offense. And I'm like, guys, I would get it if Deshaun was like mediocre to bad, then it's time to worry. But he's so bad, he's going to get fucking benched. And then Black Joe Flacco is going to come in and he's going to be chucking that thing and he's going to get Amari Cooper all of his yards back.
Joe
It's gonna
Flacco
be
with a
fine.
big nose and a mustache and
Joe
glasses.
Blacko.
Man.
James Winston is just Joe Flacco reincarnated. He's the same player. He's the Joe Blacko is crazy. Okay.
Oh, right.
Anywho,
We got two more on these?
last one.
Okay, one more.
Last one. This one's the last one. The Jets are cursed. They will never see success.
Fair. This is
Okay, cool.
This
I
is
agree.
a real hard attempt at them to be good. And Robert Saleh, man, they will stop the run when they want to stop the run. They just didn't want to. So,
Yeah, when do you not want to stop the run? What are we doing? What are we talking about, Robert?
oh,
Bobby, what's going on?
Bobby, talk to me, man.
Thanks for watching this segment from our upcoming podcast episode coming out tomorrow on Spotify and YouTube. Go ahead and check that out if you liked what you saw here. If you want to see us react to things that happened in week 1, as well as make our predictions for what's going to happen in NFL week 2. Links will be in the description down below. Appreciate you checking that out and stick around with us for the rest of the season.